Hello, everybody. Many of you were involved in our campaign to bring change to this country. And over the course of a long and hard-fought 2 years, we held together against some pretty tough odds and some pretty tough opposition. But we won because of you, because ordinary Americans from every walk of life knocked on doors and talked to their neighbors and made their voices heard, because you demanded change in Washington. That's the kind of determination we need right now when it comes to reforming our system of health insurance. When we started this journey, we heard those same voices of doubt that we heard on the campaign. The pundits and the cynics saying we ought to set our sights lower, that we should give up, turn back, accept less than the change that we all know is necessary. But I've never accepted that, and neither have you. Not when families and small businesses can't afford insurance. Not when folks are being denied coverage because of pre-existing conditions, or thrown off the insurance rolls because they got sick. Not when people are seeing huge out-of-pocket costs and premiums rising by 10, 20, or 30%. And not when rising healthcare costs are sinking our country deeper and deeper into debt. That's why I've put forward a proposal that would do three things. First, it would end the worst practices of insurance companies. No longer would insurers be able to deny you coverage because of a pre-existing condition or drop your coverage because you got sick. And they wouldn't be able to charge unlimited amounts for out-of-pocket expenses or arbitrarily raise premiums. Second, we would give small businesses and people who don't get insurance at work the same choice of private health insurance that members of Congress will get. Because if it's good enough for members of Congress, it's good enough for the people who pay their salaries. And if you still can't afford insurance in this new marketplace, then we'll offer you tax credits based on your income. Third, my proposal would bring down the cost of health care for millions, for families, businesses, and for the federal government, and would extend the life of Medicare. We've now incorporated most serious ideas from across the political spectrum about how to rein in rising costs. Ideas that go after waste and abuse while reducing errors and improving care for people. In fact, much of this proposal draws on the best ideas from Democrats and Republicans, including some of the ideas that Republicans offered during the healthcare summit we held last week. And that meeting capped off a debate that has lasted the better part of a year. So now's the time. Now's our chance to make truly meaningful progress that will mean greater security in the lives of all Americans, that will give people, not insurance companies or the government, more control over their health care. And I need your help.
Excuse. Est-ce que vous regrettez réellement de l'avoir fait en tant qu'homme face à un adversaire?
Je peux pas regretter mon geste, parce que regretter mon geste, ça voudrait dire qu'il avait raison de dire tout ça. Je peux pas dire ça. Je m'excuse auprès de tous les enfants et de toutes les personnes qui ont vu ce geste, parce que c'est des gestes qui sont pas tolérables. Mais regretter ce geste, ça veut dire qu'en fait, il avait raison de dire ce qu'il a dit. Et non, il n'a pas raison de dire ce qu'il a dit. Surtout pas.
Donc si c'était à refaire, vous referiez la même chose?
Je vous ai assez dit ce que je pensais. Ce que j'ai envie de dire surtout, c'est qu'on parle toujours de la réaction. On parle toujours de la réaction. Forcément, la réaction est punissable. Elle doit être punie. Mais s'il n'y a pas réaction, enfin, s'il n'y a pas provocation, vous savez, il peut pas y avoir une réaction. Donc, il faut d'abord dire qu'en fait, il y a une provocation. Le coupable, c'est celui qui provoque. Et ça, en fait, moi, j'ai envie de le dire et j'ai envie de le défendre. Et parce que ça suffit de toujours sanctionner la réaction. Si je réagis, c'est qu'il s'est passé quelque chose. Est-ce que vous croyez, vous, dans une finale de Coupe du Monde comme ça, alors que je suis à 10 minutes de la fin de ma carrière, je vais aller faire un geste comme ça et c'est un geste qui sera comme ça parce que ça me fait plaisir de faire ce geste? Est-ce que vous pensez à ça? Une minute?
Non, bien sûr. Vous le faites, mais vous le faites sciemment,
parce que, oui,
de sang-froid. C'est pas un moment où vous avez pété les plombs.
Non, mais parce qu'en fait, il y a une provocation. Et une provocation très grave, c'est tout. Maintenant, je vous dis, mon geste, il est pas pardonnable. C'est pas ce que je suis en train de vous dire, là. Je dis juste qu'il faut sanctionner le vrai coupable. Et le coupable, c'est celui qui provoque. Voilà.
Randy. Hi. Now for the surprise question. I think we have met before.
You look familiar. I know I met Ryan 2 years ago, I think.
I think that we met 40 before, let's see, 1972 or 3. You were
Provincetown.
No, you were a performer at Boys. I told you, folks. I knew I had the goods on the guy.
That was like pre Anvil.
Pre famous Indian.
Anvil. I was
Village
actually
People, right.
pre-Village People.
You were puppet lady, as I recall.
I came out, well, that was just like, it fell into a weird situation. An act didn't show up, and I for some reason,
Now the story I heard,
I came out and I just sort of like
he danced around.
drag, and I was a
danced
puppet
around.
lady.
He danced around the stage with a little cottontail.
Bunny and ears.
Yeah, right.
I was pretty
and
cute as a girl.
Very cute. You came out
Oh.
to my house once and served my lover and I Easter or Thanksgiving dinner once at Butler Place in Brooklyn.
I cooked. Isn't it something, Rosalinda? I cooked for him almost 37 years ago.
yeah,
Well, I'm a wonderful cook.
but look, it shows, darling. I'm the same way, but his cooking's gotten
No,
to
I'm
him.
not standing right. Let's roll it back, baby. How you like me now?
Oh, honey, you were always hot.
Not bad for 55.
Oh, honey, I'm not bad for 71.
I love my age. I love the older I get, the wiser I get and become, and life is just wonderful.
So you've had a good life.
You know what? I can't complain.
I heard, and maybe this is not true, this is just a rumor, I heard that they needed somebody for the Village People, and because you worked at the Anvil or something, you had this Indian costume. That's not true?
Not at all.
Put that story to rest.
No. I met the producer, and he wanted me at the time to do percussion because I was wearing sleigh bells on my ankles to do percussion for the Ritchie Family album. Then, like a month later, he calls me back again and says, "No, forget that. We're going to do a much bigger project." And I thought, "Oh Jesus, who is this crazy French guy?" And then when I met with him and his producer Henri Balolo, the late Jacques Morali, they told me that we were going to do a pop group. And I thought,
what was it?
It's crazy. Who thinks of stuff?
And both pop groups fail. I mean, you ended up being...
And I thought, okay, I'll get a paycheck out of it if we do an album.
Right.
Great, and I move on to the next thing.
So you made a whole career. I mean, you got with the Village People, and actually you made money, and you've been living on that ever since. Am I wrong?
Still touring with them. I make money while I sleep. The royalties still come in.
Make money while you sleep.
That's
That is
what I
a
call
fabulous.
it. Really, that's what I call it.
How do you feel when you see them doing all these mimes of YMCA?
But it's like, I think that I've invested wisely with really great portfolio, with real estate, and living down here in Asbury Park, and also now in Neptune. I'm part of the community, which is why for Brad Gerardo, he asked me, "Are you going to be in town? Will you come again dressed up?" But last year I showed up just wearing a beautiful silk shirt or linen shirt and black pants, and he hissed at